Yellowstone, Yosemite, the Grand Canyon, New York, Kansas City, Seattle. Big cities, small towns, open roads, national parks. I've been lucky enough to travel all over the whole world, and every time I come home, I realize how lucky we are to live in this beautiful place. Not perfect, but beautiful. In 2008, I found myself thinking, what does it mean to be American? And before you panic, this wasn't a political question. I was just wondering if I, or many of us, would have been able to be as daring or take such big swings if we weren't in this country. I've spent my life chasing dreams, writing symphonies, making films, creating things that probably sounded ridiculous when I first described them. But I've always had the freedom to try, to fail, to try again, and that's an incredible gift. And I wanted to write a symphony about that. One of my favorite parts of America is not a monument or a concept as much as just the beauty of the land here. Years ago, friends and I climbed up the backside of the Half Dome at Yosemite and stayed the night. I love seeing the bison up close in Yellowstone. Maybe not too close. I've loved running alongside wildlife and breathtaking scenery in the Grand Canyon. Places so big, they make you feel small. I mean, that's one of the things I love most. It's so big, it reminds you you're a part of something larger, something older, something magnificent. And when you just stand in those places, you realize how lucky we are to have them. One of the things I appreciate most in this country is just the freedom to pursue an idea, even ridiculous ones. For example, walking into a symphony hall at 23 years old and not reading music and convincing them to have me release symphonies there. That shouldn't have worked, but it did. And that's what I love, are just the possibilities in America. That belief that maybe you can build something that doesn't exist yet or do something that's never been done before. Like if you really wanted to become a dentist, you could probably get a loan and then go to dental school and then come out and build a dental practice, your own business, if you want to examine teeth. One of the things I wanted this concert to celebrate was the incredible variety of voices that make up America. I brought in the band Eisley just after they had been opening up for Coldplay. They were this incredible band made up of a family. I brought in an electric cellist named Matthew Schoening who played on loops and just blew the audience away. I brought in an 8-year-old trumpeter named Natalie Dungee, who was the daughter of one of the trumpeters in the Northwest Symphony Orchestra, and she knocked everyone out. I had the incredible Total Exerience Gospel Choir, the Northwest Girlchoir, and our patient musician that year was Latasha Evans and her 2 sisters, and she insisted that her 2 sisters sing with her, which was actually so beautiful. Her sisters had gone through her heart transplant with her, and they were with her when she sang too. Different backgrounds, different styles, different stories completely, all sharing the same stage. Just the same as how massively diverse our country is as well. And that's one of my favorite things about music. Just reminds us how much richer life becomes when diverse voices come together. The older I get, the more grateful I become. Grateful for opportunities, for community, for friends, for creativity, for freedom. Not because everything is perfect, but because we're given a chance to contribute to something, to make something, to help others, to dream, to act on those dreams. I think maybe that's what the symphony was really about, was probably the freedom to dream. The next year, one of my volunteer teammates asked me if I ever thought about writing music about comic books, which I didn't really read. But then I took a deep dive into superheroes and why we love these heroic stories, the heroes, the villains, the protagonist, the antagonist. I headed to Buenos Aires for a couple of weeks and just wrote and ended up writing the greatest symphony I had written to that date and have ever written since, called The Symphony of the Superhero.